Alright, so this is going to be a tutorial for the second part of the Ghirahim 3 escape on the Wii version of the game. Although the techniques are basically the same for both Wii and HD right now, but the lineup for the hop clip through the fence is slightly different on HD, so we'll be going through that. So once you've gotten down here to the statue and you've saved and reloaded the game, you want to run into this corner over here and get about as deep into it as you can. Without moving. Then, once you're as deep into it as you can be, you want to go into first person and line up the reticle that you use to aim around with this vertex right here at the edge between these two polygons, between the wall right here and the other wall that's around here that you can't see currently. And you also want to make sure that you're angled downwards slightly. Angling yourself downwards slightly makes this part of the trick a lot easier. So once you've angled up the reticle in the center of the screen with this vertex and angled down slightly, you just want to keep staying in first person and then hold down on the control stick. So hold down, and if you have the correct angle and you hold back into here, Link will begin to slide up in between the fence on the right here and the wall here, and he'll just kind of slide on up and jump out. I'm not quite sure if holding down makes this more consistent or not, but I think holding down has the potential to change Link's angle to be more favorable, because sometimes his angle will just make him jump back in here, which obviously we don't want, so try just holding down when you see Link begin to slide up, just to make sure that his sliding angle doesn't potentially go back into the fence here. And then once you've done this, you just want to roll over to the clipping point, which is between this wall and this spike right here. So this spike to the right of it is where the ground begins to go up for the spiral, so it's one spike left to the one before the ground begins rising on the spiral. You want to just kind of get into this corner as much as you can, hold forward to walk into it a little bit. And then we're going to be using some interesting camera properties to properly line up this angle here. So once you're in the corner good enough like this, you're going to want to go into first person, and you're going to want to maneuver so that the bottom tip of the second heart right here is just to the left of Ghirahim's ear. Just to the right of Ghirahim's ear right here, right? So if we have a line right here, which is the very left side of Ghirahim's ear, we want the bottom tip of the heart to be slightly to the right of that line, like here-ish, right? So we keep on slowly moving over until our heart is roughly right there. So the interesting thing about this is that if the heart is roughly in this location, and then we go out of first person by pressing C again, we wait just a little bit of time for the camera to readjust itself while we're just standing here, and then we go back into first person. We actually just have the perfect angle for this, basically, and we can verify that we have the perfect angle because this is what it'll look like with the, again, bottom tip of the second heart from the left being just to the right if we drew a line that just touched the edge of Ghirahim's ear right here. This being Ghirahim in the mural, which is why I'm calling this Ghirahim's ear. So once you see this in first person, you can keep on rechecking this angle over and over again to make sure that you have this. Once you have this angle, you want to target and then attempt to hop through the fence. If you don't get it on the first hop, that's fine. You can just keep on holding forward so that Link will begin shuffling into the correct position. Once Link is in the correct position, Link will be in the correct position once he stops moving here. So once you see Link stop moving to the left, then you just hop through again. If the hop doesn't work, then you were probably too late. Or too early if Link was still moving, I guess. But usually if I miss the hop, it's because I hopped forward too late. But the timing on this is not very difficult. Just want to wait till, once again, Link stops moving, and then just hop through. And now we're going to run up the entire spiral again. Or not the entire spiral, but a good portion of the spiral. When you get to this grass right here, you'll want to look ahead to this next part where you'll see that there's this lighter texture on the ground up here. You want to run to be just in front of this lighter texture on the ground, and then continue making your way up the spiral here, because what's going to happen is Link is going to reach the void out plane that's normally here for the Ghirahim 3 fight, but because we didn't start up top, we're going to trigger it from down below. It's kind of weird, because this void plane is based on the height of the platform that Ghirahim is on, which is right now really high up in the air. So Link is just going to kind of fall through the ground here and avoid out. But the key here is we want to void out as far away from the fence that is on the inside of the spiral as possible, right? So we want to be as far out as we possibly can. If we're too far out, then we're not going to trigger the void. So if you keep on walking here and you don't void, just like turn around and like come back slightly farther inwards. And the reason we want to be as far out as possible is so that this platform right here that Ghirahim is on respawns as far out as possible. Because what we're going to do now is we're going to get behind Ghirahim and we're going to push him towards the fence. And due to where the platform is located here, when we push him to the fence and then begin slashing him up against the fence, eventually he's going to go into his wobbling animation, and when we hit him the next time, he'll fall over. And with this angle, because of where the platform is, he'll actually fall over the fence here, which is what we want to happen, because if he falls like on the ground over here, that's not good. We don't want that to happen, because then we can't final blow him, since otherwise the game would crash because he's not on a platform. So he's going to go over the fence, and he's going to fall down. And now, once we regain control of Link, we want to run 3 spikes back from the spike that we're currently at. So 1, 2, 3. And then take our sword out, target Ghirahim, and do a final blow to get over the fence here and get back onto the platform so that we can continue the fight as normal. If your positioning is correct, you will get a hit on Ghirahim here. If it's a little bit off, you might miss, but then you just do another final blow, and you'll usually have enough time to get him. And then from here, the fight is just kind of normal, so... yeah. Have fun doing the Ghirahim 3 escape.